DallasTheMost.com. I'm Metal Mark here with Doc from God Forbid, man. Y'all just played a killer set. How you feeling after the set tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. I've been kind of feeling a little rough today, feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
Tired. It was a long drive last night, but even playing first, it was a really intense crowd. So it's like kind of, sometimes after, even if you're in a kind of a weird mood, a good show can kind of bring your spirits up.
Yeah, Atlanta's always been great at God Forbid. I mean, especially with the Dallas leaving and everything, how's this tour been for you guys? With playing, especially for you, playing without your brother, playing with the new guy. How's this tour been for you guys? I
mean, in spite of Dallas not being here, it's probably, if not one of the best tours, the best tour we've ever done. It's playing for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people a night. It's not only it's a lot of people, it's the right people. It's the exact type of fan we're trying to get our music in front of, and which is kind of integral to the growth of the band. If the band is going to have any type of long-term survival and kind of persistence, and success, we have to expose ourselves to new people, and that's what this is all about. It's a new album. We've kind of been off the radar for a little bit, and this is the perfect way to reintroduce ourselves to the American heavy metal scene and the fan base. And it's really like, these fans, these are the core, these are the real deal. These are the people that live it and breathe it. And, they're here early and they're pumped up, they're waiting outside, they take the day off of work, it's important,
Yeah, I was always wondering, like, especially with this tour, after all this shit happened, I was like, alright, I really hope God Forbid comes out. You've always been one of my favorite bands. Was there ever a notion with you guys that, alright, we can't do this tour, or you were like, fuck it, we have to do this tour?
Oh, there was never a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
You couldn't, chop off one of my arms, I'll figure out to do this tour. I mean, these opportunities only come along, once in a blue moon. It's probably been about 3 years since we've done a tour this big.
Yeah.
Before that was another 2 years. So you have to, you figure out a way. That's a true test, I think, of an individual's strength is in adverse situations and tough times, how you handle it. It's not, how you are when it's the good times doesn't mean anything. It's how you handle difficult situations and focus.
Definitely.
We all pulled together.
Yeah, definitely. You pulled in Chris from The Darkest Hour. How long did it take for him to fully grasp the God Forbid sound and all the songs together? Did he already know him coming into it? Or?
I mean, I think he might have been familiar with a few of the songs, but generally I think he was pretty. He had to figure it out. But luckily, it was only 25-minute set. So for us, that's 5 songs. He had about 2 days on his own to learn stuff, and then we had 2 quick rehearsals to go over stuff. And luckily, we were able to get it down. It wasn't obviously the first couple of days weren't perfect, but on that shorter notice, it was about.
Earlier this year, Earth's Blood. I mean, come on. It's one of the best albums of the year, hands down. Right when I heard it, I was like, okay, finally, that's their masterpiece. That is it. And I've never felt that you guys have gotten the respect that you fully deserve. You've always been in the background of a lot of things. But when this album came out, you got reviews that were amazing. They were like, all right, they did it. There it is. Do you feel like this album finally gave you guys the respect that you deserve, or you're still kind of hunting for it?
I think when it comes to that question, it's really about, those questions aren't answered in the first 3 months of the album release. We're going to know a year from now how, what impact it had on our career. Look at a band like Machine Head when they brought the Blackening. And, when I thought I was this is like one of the best albums of the decade. But you didn't know until a year later when you saw, at the end of the year, that they were on all the top albums of the year, and you just, you saw their career change and the band elevate to a new status, whatever. That's just one example of something where a band kind of reaches another level. I don't know if that's going to happen. Right now, like I said, we have incredible touring opportunities, which is really the most we can really ask for. But just because critics like it doesn't necessarily mean the masses are going to connect to it. I guess for me at this point, it's still a question mark. I think we just have to go out and do what we do. I can't worry about, oh, is it going to be the album of our career? I really don't know. I'm very proud of the album. I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to it. I think it's definitely our most, exciting album we've ever made. Best songwriting. It just performs on so many levels. That even when I try and be objective about it, I really enjoy it. So, we'll see how it goes. So far, it's great.
Yeah, definitely. After this tour, I know you have the Mayhem coming up, but what else is after this tour for you guys?
We are going to Europe for 3 weeks. We're doing some really huge festivals.
Nice.
Playing with Slipknot, Marilyn Manson, Heaven and Hell, Motley Crue, and all this,
Nice.
Crazy stuff. And the festivals over there are huge, like 30, 40,000 people. So it's exciting. And we're doing some off dates with Devil Driver and Anthrax. So it's going to be a really, really good run. Europe for us is like starting to pick up steam, and I feel like we're starting to get some traction over there. And this is actually probably the most important European tour we've ever done. So I'm excited. It's really for us. It's almost like kind of home run after home run, and just great challenges. It's for us. We really have to step up and put on a great performance and try and grab people. Because that's what it's all about. Right now we're in that position where we're kind of like we're the opening band, we're the underdog. We gotta grab people. We have to make people feel like it's a God forbid show. So that the next time we come around and headline, that they're like, oh, that band ripped my head off, and I can't miss the show.
Well, you were talking about Devil Driver. We got a new CD out by Devil Driver. You got, of course, your album, Lamb of God, Doth, everybody. This year is huge for metal. And y'all been in the scene for years. Do you think that this is probably like the upcoming of metal? How do you see the state of metal right now?
To be honest, I felt like there was a really good surge, back kind of when, in like 2003, 2004, it seemed to be this, kind of wave between, actually, I'd say between like 02 and 04, it was early in the decade, you had kind of the Swedish bands kind of rise up and put out all these amazing records and kind of set the tone, and then America was kind of falling behind, and they kind of stepped things up, with the Lamb of Gods and Kill Switches and Chimeras and bands like that, and then everything kind of settled in. We just had this kind of really great nucleus of great heavy metal bands, and now I think it's just it's more like just the weathering of the storm. I don't think there's any. I guess the only thing that's the trend that's kind of you got like the deathcore thing that's kind of big, and kind of Viking metal or pagan metal is kind of big or whatever, but I don't see anything that's that sweeping and that I guess is particularly has an affinity with traditional metal. I think when we were coming out, they were, people were making comparisons to the Pantera and the Sepulturas, like Metallica, this tradition, and I think it's holding firm. I mean, luckily you have bands like Lamb of God who are kind of ascending to that level, to the Slayer level, to the Pantera level, which is insane. It's and they deserve it because they're that band, they're that talented, they're that good, they're on every cylinder. They're just unbeatable. So I think it's just people always try and write off metal during certain periods, but it even in the down periods you had great albums and bands who had great success. So it kind of maybe there's a little kind of up and down thing, but I think it's essentially very strong.
Any last words?
Thank you for any of your support. If you picked up one of our albums, if you don't have it, pick it up, Earth's Blood. Check out our website, www.godforbid1.com, and check out Deluxe Jeans, which I'm wearing right here. Very nice. That's right. Nice. www.dluxnyc.com. Boom.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc. As always, great show. I'm Metal Mark from SkullsandBones.com.